What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Daniel here from the GeekSpeakNation channel, and I'm here to bring you my reaction to the Night City Wire, Episode 3. Hey guys, before we get into this video, I just want to say I'm going to be live over at Twitch at 8 p.m. today over at twitch.tv/GeekSpeakGaming, playing the new Call of Duty Alpha. So if you want to come over and you want to check that out, see more content like this, but actually live, a little bit of interaction, come on over, like I said, twitch.tv/GeekSpeakGaming, because we are on our way to becoming an affiliate. We need to get to 50 followers over there. We're at 48. We are so close to reaching that goal, and I'd really appreciate it if you went down there in the description or go down there in the comment sections down below and you click that link and give the Twitch channel a follow. I'd really appreciate it. Regardless, thank you guys so much for the support on all the YouTube videos lately, and let's get into the video. Honestly, I don't have much of a preamble today, as I normally do about a lot of things, really, in life, but no, not today. I think when it comes down to it, I'm just ready for Cyberpunk 2077, like most of us are. You know, there's still this like kind of sinking feeling in my chest, the kind of queasiness where you're like, it's gonna hit its release date, you know, but it's gonna hit the release date. You know, maybe it's just my acid reflux, but it really does make you sit there, and it makes you wonder, like, we're getting a little close, you know, can we get a little more where's the advertisements, where's the billboards, all that stuff, yada yada yada. And they said for their marketing plans that they were gonna ramp up more of the physical marketing very soon. But I just and from what it seems, everyone is confident that they're gonna hit this release date. So, all right, it's nothing to worry about. But with that being said, guys, Night City Wire Episode 3. For the most part, I've basically gotten everything I want out of this game pre-release before reviews come out. Right at this point, you know, I want to learn more about the world, about the lore. I've been watching those GameSpot videos, like a lot of you probably have, explaining the world of Cyberpunk, the fourth corporate war, the blah, 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 all that stuff. Understanding the world of Cyberpunk. That's kind of the point where I'm at right now before the reviews come out. And then from there, we'll determine, like, hey, are we actually gonna get the game? Is the game actually good? Obviously, I assume it's more than likely gonna be fantastic, but you know, before reviews come out, really all I'm looking for out of this Night City Wire is just getting to understand the world of Cyberpunk even more and see all the love and care that these developers end up putting into this project. So, with that being said, guys, let's get into the video. God, this water bottle is massive. Jesus. All right, let's do it. Ooh. Ooh. What? All right. I'm awake. I can do this.
Welcome to Night City Wire Episode 3, the show from us at CD Projekt Red, where we talk about all things Cyberpunk 2077. In today's episode, we're going to start by taking you on a tour of Night City in a new gameplay video and with senior level designer Miles. Then we're going to introduce you to the gangs of Night City in another new gameplay video.
Okay, I'm literally getting everything I asked for in this video, it seems.
Then before we finish today's episode, we're going to give you a look at some of the incredible finalists in our PC case modding contest. And we have some information that PC players have been waiting for.
Didn't know that was a thing.
So let's get started. It's time to take you on a tour of Night City.
Oh,
oh my God, Juanita here. Today's news is Novamax.
Hi, Ben. New to Night City? It's not so bad here. how we're feeling today, because I feel amazing.
The food. The Thai on 7th and Haywood. The pierogies down by the docks.
Our home. Our pride.
I'm ready for the socials commentary.
Your business is my business.
And this
Get very GTA vibes. And its satirical nature. Where is he dancing? Oh my.
endless possibilities.
Please, game, you're gonna get me
We are
demonetized.
fucked, America. And I don't know how we're gonna fix it.
The homeless population in Night City has risen by 300%.
Crime in
Look,
Night
I didn't need to
City
play a
is
2020 simulator, alright?
in the United States.
Jesus.
You want to be some kind of hero.
That's a fight this city won't let you win.
On your own, you're fucked.
Well, on that note, that's it for today's Info Flash. Sleep tight, Night City. The grass ain't greener anywhere else.
Night City. What does it mean to you? How well do you know its history? Who was Richard Knight? How many stations are in the N-Cart system? Which city district boasts the best burrito in town? The answers to
These are all good
and more
questions.
can be found at the address at the bottom of your screen. Check it out and fall in love with Night City all over again.
She pulls my trigger, got me up all night. It's a danger play.
Game is looking fantastic. I already want the next gen version of this game. November 19th.
Well, since Night City is one of our stars of this episode, there is actually quite a lot to talk about. So let's start at the beginning. How did Night City come to be? Because yes, it exists in the world of the tabletop, but how do you take that and make what we've got now?
I'm glad you asked. I watched the GameStop video explaining this.
Night City is quite the ambitious project.
Where's a GameSpot?
First, we sat down, we were really considering what is it that we wanted to
Mix
do
those two
with Night
names
City.
together.
In a way, Night City is the star of Cyberpunk, right? It is one of its main characters. We wanted to make a city that is very, very believable, right? I mean, the word immersion gets thrown around a lot, but really, we wanted you to be able to dive into it and feel like this is a real place. And then secondly, we also wanted to provide enough variety between districts so that exploring Night City would always be fun, right? There's no point in making a city that is all same-ish, and you know, it doesn't really matter where you go, because once you've been through one district, you feel like you've been through all of them. So for that, we first off started taking a look at the real-life geography that Night City is located on, and that would be on the coast of California. Knowing that Night City would be a coastal city gave us a bit of insight into what we would expect from the city layout. You'd expect the port, you'd expect huge industrial areas that would facilitate this kind of trade that you would assume a city of this type would have with the world. And
God, the
then we
vistas,
went
man.
through and
It's-
actually divided the city
it's incredible.
into several districts, 6 of them, and some of them are based on the original lore. We decided to give their own characteristics in terms of architecture, their demographics, the kind of people that would live there, and also the function within the city. Each of these districts, in turn, we divided into further sub-districts, which we further characterized using the more grand theme of the larger district. This process, I think, has resulted in a city that feels quite alive, has a lot of character, where each district feels like its own distinct zone without feeling separated from the larger picture. And that results in something that allows the player to easily navigate even the complex concrete jungles of Night City simply by looking around and always having a rough idea where you actually are.
But Night City is clearly so different from anything we've ever
pretty good.
created with The Witcher. Can you give us some idea about or some insight into just how big and like how densely packed Night City really is?
Yes. So I'm not exaggerating when I'm saying that Night City is easily the most complex thing that I or the others have worked on. The city is super.
He sounded stressed for a second. He was like, "Hey, you don't understand."
The layout of the city is crazy.
Oh my
And
God.
you can tell that it grew in phases, right? Where buildings have been built on top of each other, and I guess the mega buildings that we have showcased are a great example of this. You'll actually see that they are located on some kind of pillar, you know, and then expand outside and then up high into the sky, and underneath it you'll have space for other buildings. This yields a lot of interesting experiences when it comes to exploration, and that's the one thing I'm most excited about for players to experience. We've been saying that our exploration is super vertical, right? But what this really means is that it changes the way you explore the city. Compared to our previous games, you won't be able to easily set out on a target in the distance, right? You won't be able to say, oh, there's a castle on a hill over there, I'll try to get there, and then you'll be lost on the way. But here it's much more intimate, much more moment to moment. You might be roaming the cities and get a call by your fixer who informs you about a job nearby that you might be able to do, right? Or you find an alleyway and you walk down one of the many, many alleyways that the city has to offer, and it's always a surprise. You don't know if you might stumble upon some gangers hanging out that are up to no good. Sometimes, and these are the moments that I often get surprised with, you even
Feels like the
stumble
footage we're
upon
watching is
the
from a
elevator that is meant
from a
to
different build.
connect
Like the
parts of
game
the,
just
you know,
looks
different layers of the
looks
city.
better in the
Very
footage
conscious
that
of
we've been
this.
seeing today.
Where you come out when you enter one of these and, you know, find that, oh, this is actually how it connects to the world. That's crazy. And now I'm here, and now I know there's a shortcut that I can take. And again, this all serves to really enhance this sense of wonder that we all come to love from open world games, and the whole city is built to cater to that.
I mean, you guys have really brought Night City to life, and I really want to make a point of that. It is a living, breathing city. So as a level designer, can you give us some insight into those little touches that you guys have made? Because I hear you guys have even been placing rubbish by hand.
Oh yes, we've been placing quite a bit of rubbish, and that's certainly one of the more glorious parts of being a level
She was
designer
really-
or an environment artist, where you get to
I
look
was staring at that
the
camera.
streets that you've spent
Good
time
Lord, Holly.
building with the garbage. But it's details such as this that we find really important to make the city feel alive, and also we take great pride in the process of making this, right? We have a lot of fun actually
Jeez.
placing all of what we call mini stories, right? These are little encounters that you can find when you simply walk along the streets. Of course, we have huge quests, right? Side quests, we have lots of side activities that you can do, but it always is nice to just kind of stop down for a minute and take a look at your surroundings that we have so lovingly created, and try to see if there maybe isn't something that you can be a little detective for. Now, one other thing that I think is really, really cool is also the fact that we have actually named every single street in the city. So not only will NPCs be able to communicate their locations or the locations they want you to visit by sort of referring to the street names, but also you will be able to talk to your friends about it in that way, right? Have you been
Jesus
to
Christ.
Honda in Japantown, for example?
That
And
is
I think this is
That
a
is-
small detail, but the
a
philosophy
lot.
that we have with these kind of things is that, you know, many, many small things contribute to the sum of it, which is hopefully then you being able to explore a city that you feel is truly alive, and that you haven't been
That sounds like one of those decisions where someone's sitting at a board meeting and they're like, all right, but name every street, and then a developer just
When
went,
the game launches, you could be
All
an
right,
official
fine.
Night City tour guide instead, right?
you got
I might
it.
be, yeah. You know, if this game dev thing doesn't work out for me, I might retire and become a tour guide in Night City.
Don't forget that if you are tuning in late, or if you just want to watch anything again, we will be uploading everything to our channels soon. Now, from
Thank you for that.
Street to the
Some of
Valley
us
Street,
wake
it's
up
time
late.
to introduce you to the gangs of Night City.
Alright, hold on, chat. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, opening this water bottle is like trying to solve a puzzle. Jeez.
The stronger survive. But that's how
Hold up
things
for
stand.
the small sip.
Three to somebody, or you fizzle out into nothing.
Dead Sea ain't a city that lets you get by without buddies.
Be very careful, my friend. We are all so far from home.
Which gang's the city's biggest and baddest, according to the NCPD?
Scavs hold the body count title. Or Maelstrom, depending on the season.
One time, a Maelstrom ganger killed a young kid right in front of my eyes for shits and giggles. Chrome-sucking psychos.
And who the fuck are you to say what can and can't be? I'm gonna introduce you to our meat grinder. About time we had some fun! Think Maelstrom ever forgets? Never!
I hate these Borg fuckers.
Just a gang like any other, right?
I'll take the Valentinos. They follow God and the Santa Madre. Honor means something to them.
How'd you meet Jackie?
We started out together.
In the Valentinos?
No, in the fucking Bible book club.
I gotta give style points to the Valentinos. They have a punishment for every occasion.
Gangster life, puto! Quick shout out to everyone in Haywood and Santo Domingo. Lately, the Valentinos and 6th Street have had a bigger bone to pick.
6th Street. Why'd they want to wipe you?
Can't fucking stand Tinos.
Fucking stop! I've dealt with 6th Street before. We do the run, they'll transfer the cred.
Come on, let's go before 6th Street shows up.
Holy crap.
Shot! 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 Any more Second Amendment fans in the house, huh?
Oh my god, they're all absolutely insane.
Patriotic bullshit all day. Time to bring on the future.
Any idea how many attacks from behind the Black Wall we neutralized? If the Voodoo Boys breach the Black Wall, we'll all be fucked.
Voodoo Boys. Urban myth, I thought. Just net runners spooking each other. No such gang.
You know, I heard a few things about you. The Voodoo Boys, best runners in town.
You do not steal from the Voodoo Boys. I see you, always.
For them, Pacifica's just Haiti 2.0. Their own island, cut off from the rest of the city.
This is our turf, our home. Until last week, the animals crawled in.
Animals are the craziest fucking gang in the city.
How are they the craziest?
Animals aren't the play here, are they? They're hired muscle. Someone else needed them.
I fucked you over, you fucked the gang over. Somewhere at the start of the story, somebody fucked the corp. See how this works now?
My husband's new Westbrook, very high in the tiger claws. They did what made the best eddies, sold sex and black market tech.
See a lot of tigers. They run this place.
Well, I know where I'm going shopping.
The news are people who ask questions.
Gotta do something. Shut the fuck up. The tigers will kill us.
Oh, the amount of samurai swords has got me excited.
Killed one
I gotta go introduce myself over that side of town.
Folk went ballistic. Girls, pimps, outcasts, the whole freak show. It's how the Mox got started.
Think you're some kind of gang group now, huh?
Us Moxes have each other's backs. We look out for one another.
You looking for some company tonight?
How'd you hook up with the Mox?
I thought Susie and the gang could really change something in this city.
Moxes and nomads don't seem so different. Both seem to yammer a lot about community, solidarity. Tell me about the Badlands. Not much going on out here, huh?
Au contraire. This is an ecosystem. Nomads wrapped in shivs, Asians and drifters, they form a complete whole. Remove one part, the delicate balance topples.
Here in the Aldecaldos, it all stays in the family.
Classic dilemma. What comes first?
Okay.
Family or the outside world?
This family will go to hell and back.
Everyone in this city lives in their own bubble, and either you fly high or sink into quicksand.
Okay, I am very interested in exploring
for joining us. I've
all of those
personally
games.
been really
Very
excited to give
interested.
people a closer look at the gangs. We've shown a little bit on Twitter, but their styles are so distinct.
Yes, I enjoy them a lot as well in our game. I think they're very cool.
But let's start then with the kind of role that they play, because gangs really do play a prominent
Those two are putting out way different energy levels.
Yes, definitely. The gangs, they rule the streets of Night City. You know, they have the newest...
He sounds how I feel right now,
newest
just like...
weaponry, and they are really a power that everyone needs to take into account when they are thinking of operating in Night City. You will encounter them as you explore the city, of course, but also as you complete main quests, side quests, different jobs for the fixers. Sometimes you might even get hired by them.
But then, I suppose everybody's thinking then, can you join a gang?
Well, V is a merc, and mercs of Night City are this unique, distinct group that stick mostly to themselves, right? And they get jobs from variety of factions. They can get jobs from corporations, they can get jobs from gangs, they can get jobs from different kind of like influential clients. Because of this, nobody will ever trust a merc to be one of them, right? And the gangs are no exception here. They are looking only for like people that they know will be loyal to them, right? And that they will fight for their cause all of the time, not just some of the times when it's profitable to them. So because of this, V will mostly stick to the afterlife. And the afterlife are this group of mercs, this legendary group of mercenaries in Night City. They get the best jobs, they get the most money, the best clients, and so on. So if you want to become a legend in Night City, you are going to the afterlife.
So we've obviously mentioned distinct style then. So does that mean there are kind of special gang-themed weapons and items and clothing for players to find and use?
Yes, definitely. There are different vehicles that you can drive, for example. There are cars, there are motorbikes. Then, of course, there are different pieces of clothing themed after gangs. There are weapons and so on. So yeah, definitely there are things to look forward to.
I suppose
Corpo melee build, here we
come.
come.
Have kind of getting to know the gangs. I have to ask, which is your favorite and why?
So I would have to say probably Maelstrom, simply because they have this unique, distinct feel and this weird aesthetic about them. So the idea about Maelstrom is they are people who want to cross the boundary between the machine and human, right? They are changing so much of their body with cyberware that they no longer look human, really. On top of that, they're also very unpredictable. It's very difficult to say what they will do at any point when you meet them. At one moment, they can be shaking hands with you, and at the other moment, you know, they will pull gun out on you, and they bring in this element of chaos into the game, which I really enjoy personally.
Oh, Matty, thank you so much for joining us. It's always interesting to learn what your favorite gang is. I think it kind of tells me a little bit about you.
Oh, does it? What does it say about me?
Well, we'll talk about that later. But for now, before we wrap up today's episode, we asked people to show us their creativity.
Now, this is something I didn't know this was a thing.
Cyberpunk style. Our panel of judges selected 5 finalists, and we teamed them up with professional case modders to bring their concept to reality.
These 5 amazing designs will be fighting for the main prize, an Alienware Aurora PC, along with other awesome gaming peripherals, brought to you by our partners, Alienware, Nvidia, and SteelSeries. Let's see the mods.
I absolutely loved this one.
The whole aesthetic works with each other.
Absolutely next level. Honestly, kind of terrifying.
I'd like one of these to be donated to the channel. That'd be nice.
Exactly the type of thing I would expect to find at a trade show.
It really looks like it could have come straight out of the game.
Little boys.
To watch the full PC case modding video and to get more information about when the winning design will be available
Okay,
on
there's a teaser for the video.
Stay tuned to our social media channels. Looking at those PC case mods, it reminds me that we do have one more thing to reveal. If you're going to be playing Cyberpunk 2077 on PC when it launches this November, we do have some specs to share that I think some of you have been waiting for. The minimum system requirements for Cyberpunk are a Windows 7 or 10 PC, an Intel Core i5 3570K or AMD FX 8310, 8 gigs of RAM, and an NVIDIA GeForce GTX 780 or an AMD Radeon RX 470. In the storage department, the game will take up roughly 70 gigs of space, and although it will run off a HDD, we do recommend an SSD. As for the recommended specs, you're in the green if you're rocking Windows 10, an Intel Core i7 4790 or AMD
Hold on,
Ryzen
man.
3.
Let me look at my computer right quick.
12 gigs of RAM and an NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1060 or AMD Radeon R9 Fury.
Yeah, we good. We good. All right. Got a little. I still got my sticker that tells me all my stats. We're good. Yeah.
Just want to watch again,
Yeah, man.
we'll be uploading everything to our channels shortly, and we will be back soon with episode 4.
Fantastic. November 19th. November 19th. Plays, it says the bottom, plays great also on the PlayStation 5 and Xbox One. Or Xbox Series X. I'm getting all the Xbox names confused at this point. Alright, well, with that being said, oh my god, look at these tired eyes. But, I think that was a good episode. I literally got what I wanted out of this episode, and I got to see more of the world, and I got to see more of the characters that are going to inhabit them, and I think it's going to be very interesting to explore this world, and I'm very interested in seeing all the social commentary they're going to be having through things like their version of news media and advertisements and all sorts of stuff. That's always my favorite part about like something like GTA 5, even though I'm not particularly a fan of the gameplay of GTA 5, but I do like that aspect of it, of being able to see what commentaries there are on the world around us. But thinking of things from a gameplay aspect, yeah, I mean, it looks like the diverse amount of people you're going to be interacting with leads to diverse amounts of gameplay, from the weapons they offer, style that they offer, everything in between. I think it looks really, really, really good. I think they did a good job of this presentation. At this point, it's just getting locked and loaded for the release date, November 19th. As long as that is for sure what we're hitting. You know, that I have no reason otherwise to feel as though that they wouldn't hit this release date. You know, they haven't said anything, given any indication. It's just I'm hoping nothing goes awry. But beyond that, I really do think that this is gonna be good. This is gonna be a good game. So far, presentations have been fine. I don't know what else they're gonna be doing for these last Night City wires at this point, because it's just like, well, there's only but so much we really want to talk about before the game releases, because at this point I just want to just play the game. I didn't even know there was going to be gangs outside of the in the Badlands. You know, I was like, oh, I don't know if I wanted that spoiled for me. Maybe I shouldn't have watched this. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what else they're going to be discussing for the future. For the future, indeed. So, with that being said, guys, exciting stuff. Let me know what you think about this in the comment sections down below. What do you think of this overall presentation, the Night City wires? How are you feeling about the game so far? I'm excited. They still have time left before the game comes out, and they said they're going to be addressing the melee combat, which is something I'm interested in doing, just a purely melee build. So the fact that they're addressing that, and that a couple developers said they weren't happy with where it was and that they were working on it and retooling it, that's fantastic news to me. And they're actually taking someone's feedback, which is really, really good. Granted, it's not mine. I had that complaint, but I was like, I don't know if anybody else has that complaint. I'm like, the melee combat looks a little stiff. It looks a little, But apparently other people said that, and they acknowledged it, and they're working on it. So I'm like, hey, that's all good news to me, baby. But with that being said, guys, like I said, let me know what you think about it in the comment sections down below. And also, if you made it this far into the video, hey, well, to the three of you here, welcome. It's a very prestigious group, and I appreciate your support. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and hit that like button, and if you're new here, subscribe to become a part of the GeekSpeakNation channel, and make sure you set the bell notification to all, so you always get notified of when I post a new video. With that being said, guys, I'm gonna edit this video with very sleepy eyes, and keep it pushing. Alright guys, thank you so much. I'm Daniel, and don't forget to get geeky.